Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is JD and today this intro is going to be short and sweet. So I am going to Korea next week actually. Yeah, and I wanted to do something kind of cool, fun with my hair, but I didn't really want to pay somebody to do it. Originally I wanted to do like human hair, Bohemian braids, but did nobody tell me that the bundles be like $40 or $60. They had some bundles for $200 for one bundle. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead to the synthetic section where I belong. And yeah, so these are Bohemian knotless braids with synthetic hair. So yeah, so I've done it before, but I think I used a different hair, and this was like years and years ago, so never like this. But the braiding hair, it's just expressions. I got the one with like 3 in a pack, and it's pre-stretched. And I used 2 of those, really like one and like one and like a third really. And then I used 2.5 packs of the Freetress deep twist, the 22 inches. So I use that. So pretty much I just I'll go through the video and kind of describe like exactly what I did, but it's real easy. You just do a braid, start with the braid, and as you're adding in hair, you just leave a piece out like this and then just continue braiding, and then when you get to the end, you just do a little knot here. It's so easy. And then one thing to know is when you're dipping your hair, you don't want to dip the curly ends, because sometimes the hot water will make them go straight because it is synthetic. So if you have human hair, then you could just dip it, whatever, you know, it's human hair. But if you have the synthetic hair, you don't want to dip it in boiling water because it will like turn straight. So I kind of like picked out all the curly pieces from the top, and then I did like this and dipped it, and I mean that pretty much worked for me. So yeah, I hope you guys like this. You know, save your money. I think I was quoted like $260, $270 for this hairstyle, and I just did it myself, and it cost me maybe $25. Let me see, 5, 10, yeah, about $25. And it took me about 8 or 9 hours. I just did like I did the back the night before. I stayed up till like 3. I was trying to finish it, but I was like, you know, I'm just gonna stop here and then finish the rest of the morning. So it took me about 8 or 9 hours total, split up in the back and then the front. And yeah, I mean, parting is it can be kind of tricky, you know, but just give yourself grace. Use a mirror. I use like an open up, fold up mirror. I'll link it down below. I just got it from Amazon. And that really helps me like kind of see the parts in the back. But you can, you know, just know it's not gonna be perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like, even look at my hair, like this side has more braids than this side, but like who cares? Like, it's okay, it's your hair. Like, nobody should really be all up in it like that anyway. So I hope this helps you. Pray for me on my travels to Korea. I'll be flying by myself, a 12-hour flight, so that should be fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, I'm gonna walk you through how to do this to your hair. So start off with freshly washed and conditioned semi-blow dried hair, however you want to blow dry, and then you just get to part in. So I like to part my hair in 2 sections. First the top half, and then the back half, and then I take the back half and I make my parts just straight across. I'm using Murray's edge wax. I really like to use this. It's pretty thick and it always just holds my hair really nicely. And then you want to part that section into however many braids you want. I typically do just like 3 in the very back, but you can do more if you like. Don't do too many braids in the back, because then it's gonna you're gonna have a lot of braids when you get to the top. So I'm just kind of doing these kind of fast, and I do slow it down in the future. And I try to do like a curly piece, like 1 on every row. And I kind of did it like staggered. So if I did like 1 in the middle, then on the next row I did like 1 on the side, then the next row like 1 in a different place, just so that like the curly pieces kind of like don't just be stacked up on top of each other, if that makes sense. And then you just continue to part your hair up the back. And like I said, the parts do not have to be perfect. And then this is kind of like finished products. Actually, my parts were pretty straight, surprisingly. So this is 3:30 in the morning. I finished the back of my hair and I just couldn't go any further. And this is at 8:30 the next morning. This is how I separate my hair. I just kind of use like a sewing rack and I separate the hair into small pieces, and I put the curly hairs on one side and then the straight hairs on the other side. And this is just how I keep it organized. You can find this at Walmart. It's pretty cheap, or Amazon too. This is me doing one side of my hair, almost done. And so for the other side, I did slants this time. Sometimes I do like straight back, but I just did slants this time. So you want to make your part, and you separate it into 3 pieces, just like you're gonna do a regular braid. Now, if you don't know how to braid, you can watch my hands slowly, but yeah, you kind of have to know how to do a single plait in order to know how to feed the hair in. So you start off with 3 pieces, and you're going to start off with just a regular braid at the base of your hair. So I'm going like overhanded, kind of. I think that's how you say it. So you go ahead and braid it like that, using your pointer finger and your thumb to hold the hair. And that's how you start braiding. And then when you get to a point where you want to stop, I typically do like 2 passes of the braids. You stop, and then you grab a piece of hair and you put it right there, and you use your ring finger to hold it. Then you grab it in your other hand with the middle finger and thumb. You see my fingers right there, and you just continue the braid with it in the hair. Now, you can watch that as many times as you need to, because I know it may be easy for me to do. It may not be easy for everybody to do, but that is how you add the hair, and it doesn't slip out or anything. And then you continue to braid until you get the small section that doesn't have any hair in it back on that side again. And then you add another piece of hair in, and you want to do it like a gradient. So you want to add the pieces not too chunky, because then it'll stick out. So you want to add them like small pieces and do just like a feed in braid. And you can add some pomade to the end if you need to help your hair stick inside the braid. And then yeah, that's pretty much how you do the straight down ones. And the next I will show you how to add the curly hair in and how to leave a curly piece out. So you just add it in like you would the straight hair. But the only difference is you braid down, and then when you get to a place where you want to stop, you take out the curly piece, hold it somewhere, whether in your mouth or with a clip, and you continue braiding down like you normally would. This is me taking a break because, you know what, this took a lot of energy. Like, this took a lot out of me. Not gonna lie. And this is how to start a braid. Once again, just do a regular braid at the root. Do 1 or 2 passes depending on the thickness of your hair. My hair is pretty thick, so I don't have to add hair immediately. Then you add the piece in, so by just holding it on one side, the middle, the ring finger and the thumb, and wrap it in, and then it just becomes a part of the braid. And continue that all the way down. And I actually ran out of curly pieces at this point, so I had to go to the store to grab some more. And this is how you tie the ends. So you just take a little piece from the section, wrap it around, and pull it through and make a knot. And I do this about 3 times, and that kind of just keeps it secured and tight. And yeah, I did this throughout my hair, and that way you don't have to braid all the way down, and you can leave the ends curly. So now it's time to dip. So like I said, you do not want to dip your curly pieces because they will turn straight and all of your hard work will be for nothing. So you want to take out all the curly pieces, secure them at the top of your head with a rubber band or a clip. I used both. And then you want to take just the middle section and fold it up so that you only dip the braid part. You don't want to dip the ends, you don't want to dip the curly leave out. So you fold it up, and then you put the ends of it, like the middle section, into your boiling water. I just warmed some water up in the microwave for about 5 minutes, and it's pretty hot. And booyah! And it came out perfectly, and my hair is still curly. And then I did trim my ends. You don't have to. If you're skilled enough, you will just braid it all to the lengths that you want them to be, but clearly I'm not. And then I just use some foam on my roots, and then you want to put like a tight scarf on your hair and wrap it up, and that kind of keeps it like flat, and it helps like remove a little bit of the frizz. So just kind of like give it that salon fresh pressed type of look. And so I just wrap my hair up with a silk scarf, and then I found this like long bonnet at my local hair store, and it's like so perfect, so I put that on it. But yeah, this is how I did my hair, and I hope you guys learned something. I hope you're able to save money and do your own hair and give yourself grace. And yeah, I think everybody should know how to do your own hair, just in case we go into another COVID thing again. You can, do your own hair. But yeah, thank y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. Ta-ta.